they bump into each other, and it's funny. Beep, boop, excuse me.
So you pretty much play the whole game from the screen then?
It's faster. Once you get the commands down, it's significant, except for here, because they get, they're dummies.
Isn't it more exciting though visually?
Huh?
Don't you think it's more exciting visually? That's not a factor? Just out of curiosity? I'm not saying you're wrong.
Oh, sure. Like I always like to enter a room like this just to get the layout. But then, like when it comes to actually like my mission, this screen is just it's just easier for everything.
Come.
But like here, I'm about to move my shieldy guy into R5, and so I'm going to do that in this perspective, just in case there's any.
Jack, you have a mic problem.
Oh, sorry. Bad cable. We'll get another cable. There you go. Okay, D12. Quick type in D12 again, just in case there's any monsters. Nope, there's not. Okay.
Did you do that because I did it, or was that something you were doing earlier?
That's something I did earlier.
Okay.
I think that's just a normal thing. That's a good instinct.
So far, I've only hurt myself while playing this game. I've never been hurt by a monster.
Well, that's what I was saying is like the monsters you can't see and you don't run into them very often. It's just like an old horror movie where it's like they're just implied. Ooh, and you get that stuff.
But you don't run into them very often?
Well, there's maybe 1 or 2 per ship.
Okay.
It's not like Doom, It's not like there's just monsters everywhere. Monster. What is the book you recommended? I always recommend Wool. Wool is a fantastic book.
I think it was in reference to that guy's movie.
He did an adaptation of a Roald Dahl short.
Okay.
I think.
And you told him you recommended a book?
Oh, yes. Sorry. The book I recommended is a...
Telegon? I had to double check.
Yeah. It's called Cinematography, Theory, and Practice by Blaine Brown. That's off the top of my head. Someone try to find that for me. It's basically a textbook on cinematography, but it's a really fantastic read if you are into filmmaking stuff. And it kind of breaks down how you set up shots, why you're setting them up this way, and then giving real movie examples of how directors and cinematographers have set up shots and like kind of what they do in a story sense.
So this book will instantly make you a good filmmaker?
Instantly a good filmmaker.
you just need to, it's that easy. You just need to read
and
the
really
book.
just skim it. Just skim it. It's called Cinematography, Theory, and Practice, I want to say, written by Theory and Practice. That's probably it. It's a really great read, but more importantly, the what I was telling Telegon is that his short was missing a lot of fundamentals. There were crossing of the 180 lines, that like the shots weren't established properly.
Oh, the 180, that's a classic.
The 180
That's
line.
a classic.
That's the classic. And so basically it was just missing all the fundamentals.
Yeah.
And it's like, so work on that, and here's a book which basically lays out the fundamentals, which is great.
Oh, okay,
It's a really great read if you're into film and such.
I remember worrying about 180s back in the day.
Oh, yeah. The idea with the 180 line, for anyone who doesn't know, is when, in a movie, when two people, or when there's any action, including when two people are having a conversation, you have to draw an imaginary line.
Yeah.
And so it's like, Rich and I are having a conversation, so there's a line in between us. The camera...
Let me move.
Sure. So there's a line in between us, and if the establishing shot is here, seeing both of us, the line is never supposed to, or the camera is never supposed to cross the line, the imaginary line created by us action. So you're never supposed to like jump to a cut over here, over here.
Because when you do that, like right now, we are facing each other.
Right.
And on Jack's shot, Jack will be looking this way, and my shot, I'm looking this way.
Right.
If you cross the 180 rule, it would look like this.
So
we're having a conversation. We're standing in the room and we're talking about things, and I'm looking this way, and Jack is also looking, and it's
Yeah, and so
it looks like we're not looking at each other.
Following the 180-degree rule means that you are creating a space that the viewer understands.
And I think you see that in everybody's amateur production.
Absolutely.
A violation of the 180 rule.
Absolutely. Unless, of course, you see the camera cross the 180 line. Then you can cross. But basically, fundamentals. Fundamentals. That's the name of the game.
Leftover Beefcake says, this money's on Rich in the 1v1 Doom battle. Keyboard and mouse FTW.
Ah! Fuck. Did you see that?
No, there's a thing.
It got me.
They got you. Okay. How fast did it move?
Ridiculously
fast. Nice.
God damn it. Now that door's stuck open and there's all that loot.
Is there a way to destroy this thing?
Yeah, but I'd lose the loot.
Oh, airlock?
Yeah, let's give it a try.
Well, you'll lose the disabled.
Yeah, but I have extra drones. Oh, no, but that drone has... What is that one? Oh, yeah, I can lose that one.
Can you get into D11 real quick? Maybe you'll find like a turret or some other way to lure it?
No, he's too fast. I'm just opening the airlock.
Okay.
Warning, opening the yes.
He's not even going to try to save that poor drone.
Nope.
Oh. Now, does that affect every door that's open, or is it just the adjacent room?
Every door that's open.
Ouch.
Wait, did that work?
I don't know. I don't know this shit. Is there something weird going on because the doorway is blocked? Why is D11 red all of a sudden?
That happens sometimes. Doors just malfunction randomly.
Okay.
Sensors are still working. I don't see him, but he might be in there somewhere. But it didn't suck me out, so maybe it didn't suck him out?
Maybe it didn't blow the airlock. Maybe there's something wrong with the airlock? Is that a possibility?
I have no idea.
Maybe that's not an airlock in there.
Oh, God.
TNG After Dark says, what do you guys think about a prereq book club? All kinds of fine literature could be read. You guys would be bigger than Trump. I haven't thought much of it. A book club. It's never come up. Probably don't read as much as I should. If should is a thing you can really say. Karen reads all the time. Mm-hmm. Karen reads ravenously. And she's such an avid reader. She actually reads to me. She likes reading so much. She wants to share a story she loves. She read The Martian to me. Like, oh, wow.
That's very pleasant.
Yeah, it was very pleasant.
That's very pleasant.
Makes me happy, makes her happy. It's a good thing.
You know what, Rich? I'd say you got a hell of a deal going there.
It's a hell of a deal for me, yeah.
Oh, you're going to provide me with free audiobooks and a soothing voice from a person I like? I don't know about this. I don't know about this deal right here.
Well, it depends upon what you mean by reading. The only thing Rich reads are menus. I don't read many like novels, that kind of book, but like I'll read interesting things online. There's an article about something I find interesting, or I'll hear about something I like. I'll look up like the Wikipedia article for this weird thing. Oh, what's this all about?
Yeah. I go in and out of reading spurts.
Looking for articles about the Demon Core. Was that? No, it was one. Demon
Core.
This is a real thing.
What?
Back when like they were doing nuclear testing, when the atom bomb was a new thing. They're playing around with like uranium, and there was this one uranium core that just through a series of fluke accidents, like 3 fluke accidents, killed like 10 people. Well, it didn't kill 10 people. It did expose like 5 of them to a massive amount of radiation, though.
Oh my God.
Like, I remember hearing that story. That was interesting, and I looked up, this like my evening was just looking up information and reading things about that.
Sure.
It's not quite novels, but it's not like I never. It's like my eyes never read words.
Never, Rich. We get it. We get it. You hate books. Ugh. I remember, like I just had a lovely audiobook experience with Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency while playing Stardew Valley.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. That was a great, because it was, read by the author and, lovely British man reading a very British book.
I went through a phase a few years ago where I found creepypastas just kind of fascinating. I was reading some of those.
That's fine.
No, there's some genuinely good authors mixed in there.
Sure. That's fine. Reading's fine. We probably would never do a book club just because it's like, yeah, who's got time to read? Super Predator. I should have read that first. This was talking about the demon that was on the ship that got me.
All right, what do we got?
What do we got?
Jesus Christ says, "Make America great again." Okay, we'll do that. We'll get right on it.
Rich and I?
We're making America great.
We're on the case. On the case.
Abortions for everyone.
Boo.
Oh, no.
Okay,
abortions for some, tiny Americans, flags for others.
That's all.
Yeah.
Abortions for no one. Boo.
Oh, that's how it went. Yeah.
And then abortions for some, tiny American flags for others. Yay! Simpsons references.
Before we started this stream, I told Jack, I'm going to start the stream just by saying, okay, we're here to talk about abortion. Just to fuck with everyone. Common sense eventually won the day.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to fuck with everyone. And pretend we're going to have a long, serious talk about abortion.
Perfectly normal
just because
thing.
it amused me.
That's fine.
Tired and Sad says, "Please, Rich, as George Lucas, would you explain the importance of cinematic fundals like the 180-degree line?" Well, when you have two people talking, you want to make sure you don't have the camera across the line. Well, actually, you know what? It doesn't really matter because we can always flip that in post. Just make sure you get a good shot of the green, and we can put everything in later. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
It used to be really hard getting establishing shots.
You intern, do you have my coffee?
But now we just make that in the computer, so it works very nice. Ay. Sari-chan, I make you go out first because you have a shield, and so I'm hoping you can deflect. You can deflect some damage in case there's a monster.
Probably. Is common sense absent from politics? Yes. Yes.
What else do you want?
It's a big game, and it's not people who genuinely care about you. It's Trump is a bored millionaire who started this on a lark, and then it became serious all of a sudden, and he's probably terrified. I never thought it would get this far.
Oh, Jesus. When am I going to get out of here?
Hillary just, thinks she deserves to be there. It's her turn. I'm sure that's what's going on in her mind. Well, it's my turn now.
Possibly.
It's just a depressing election cycle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, oopsie. Whoopsie doopsie.
It has nothing to do with their politics. I just think they're genuinely bad people.
Are you generating? Yeah, we are.
Chat, you can talk about anything as long as you're being adults about it, and you're not just screaming at each other and getting offended, or trying to offend somebody for no good reason.
Yeah, I mean, we try to keep it light on the politics talk here because, you know, Rich and I are a couple of assholes, and, you know, you should not listen to us at all. But, you know, if you say something, you say something. We're not
See, I'm not talking about their politics.
Exactly. You know, we're just talking about people. We call everybody.
I'm talking about them as public figures.
Everybody's a dickhead. That's the general rule. Everybody's a dickhead. Everybody sucks.
That offends me, Rich. Well, you know what? Good. Everyone should learn to deal with being offended here and there.
Oh, yeah.
The whole world doesn't exist just to placate your ideals and your thoughts.
You know what's the best thing you can do for a kid? Let them hang out with other kids so they get sick, builds up their immunity.
There you go.
You got to get offended every once in a while so you know how to deal with getting offended.
Sari Chen says...
And more so, if you're living your life not getting offended by anything, you find some new friends. You're not living life. You're not seeing enough shit if you're not offended. You're not seeing enough weird shit in your life. Get offended. It's fun. It's fun.
If you have that person on Facebook who posts things you don't like, maybe don't block them. Maybe just read what they have to say every now and then. Build up your immunity. Just deal with it.
Go out, see some weird shit. It's great.
Sari Chen says, are you ready for there being only Zelda and all of the Zelda for Nintendo E3? I don't know how to feel about that. Also, thank you for driving Roomba Sari tonight. Sorry for dying 3 times. Well, that's our fault. That's our... As far as all Zelda and all of the Zelda, I mean, well, what does Nintendo have when it comes to franchises? They got Mario, they got Metroid, they got Star Fox,
which they just came out with,
and they have Zelda, right? Star Fox, you only get one game every 15 years for Star Fox. Then they just had one, so obviously there's going to be no Star Fox at E3.
Right. Mario games now come out too often, so it's not even a surprise anymore.
When was the last full-on Mario game? Not just a game with Mario in it. Like Mario, I don't count Mario Kart as a true Mario game. I don't count Mario Party as a true Mario. The last Mario platformer. When was the last one?
Super Mario 3D.
That was when the console launched.
No, and New Super Mario Brothers U 2.
That was one of the first things on the Wii U. Was 3D Mario 3D World.
Was it?
I think so. So they're probably they don't make them that often though. But
I want to say well maybe it's just because he's in every other fucking game, like Super Mario Maker. Super Mario Maker.
Oh yeah. That's the
new one.
Well, yeah, that was within the year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great game.
Yeah. Huh. Metroid. There's been a dearth of Metroid lately, I guess.
They just came out with or they announced some multiplayer Metroid shooter for the 3DS. There should be a new Metroid game. I like Metroid 3D.
3DS. Whatever. What was the last Metroid game they didn't farm out? Rare made the Prime trilogy.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Team Ninja, I think, made Other M, which
that's right.
hated.
Everyone hated that.
Why don't they make their own Metroid games?
They're
Why did they farm that one out? It's weird.
Did they? I mean, the original was them. Do they no longer have the guy who made the original?
I don't know.
Because Miyamoto, they still make Zelda and Mario because Miyamoto's still there, right?
Yeah.
Who made the original Metroid? Maybe they're gone. And maybe they don't know what to do with her.
Maybe.
They look at her and it was Space Pirate? I don't know.
I'm wrong. Oh. It wasn't Rare. It was Retro that made the Prime games. I'm sorry.
That sounds much more correct.
It wasn't. It was a third party in any case.
Right.
It wasn't Nintendo. It wasn't in-house. How do you fuck up Star Fox?
Is the new one bad?
I've heard the controls are awful because they had to integrate the motion controls.
Oh. Ew.
So you wait 15 years for a Star Fox game and it's crap because they got to work the gimmick. They got to justify the gimmick.
Yep. Classic Nintendo.
That is classic Nintendo. Oh, here's what the innovative NX is going to be. It's going to be both a handheld and a console. It's going to be basically the Wii U. Mm-hmm. Only the handheld thing is also going to play its own games. And they're going to try and, because, their handheld market has always been strong for Nintendo.
Yeah.
They're going to try and grow their console numbers by attaching a handheld to it that can function independently of the console. That's my prediction for what the big innovation is with the NX.
I could be down with that. I like handhelds.
It's an attempt to inflate the console numbers by basically bundling it with their next handheld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the smart move on their call. A handheld that you can plug into a TV. That's what everyone has always wanted. Great. What am I going to do here? What am I going to do here, Rich?
Nothing.
Great.
You're going to die.
I mean...
We're all going to die.
I mean, eventually, sure, but, what do we say to death? Not today.
Anonymous says, I have been accused of being extreme. But would you guys be willing to agree that these rich I thought he was saying me at first. These rich politician lawyers deserve to be locked up in a room and buried to death? I don't know if I go that far, but they probably don't deserve to have political power. I think
you don't kill it. Don't kill anybody. Never.
There's times when it's okay.
Well, unless they're like a really bad person, and you can prove it.
If you've got a guy running towards you with a suicide vest,
yeah,
you can gun him down.
Absolutely. Well, that's what I'm saying. A really bad person, and you can prove it.
Yeah.
Then go ahead. What's the general rule? Is you take what's the thing they always say is you take the richest, most powerful people of all the world, you get them in one room together and give them all the diseases, and then you see how fast they cure.
In the long run, it wouldn't do any difference. In the long run,
we would. You
know what?
We would have less diseases.
I'm gonna drop some knowledge.
Oh shit!
You know what the problem is with the human condition? The perhaps uncurable problem. The people who are most attracted to power, the people who seek power out, are usually the worst people to actually have power.
Ooh.
The personality that causes you to want to have power also makes you a dickhead.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right, Rich.
And even if you killed all of the bad politicians, eventually the next crop would also be the same kinds of jackasses.
That's why you do my thing, because then at least you don't have cancer no more.
You need a sentient computer to run everything is what you basically need. The kind of shit that Kirk used to destroy all the time on the original series is what you actually need for a good, perfect society.
You need Ultron.
Anonymous says, Richard, guess who?
Guess who?
Guess who?
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. What kind of camera does the Red Letter Media team use? I often struggle making videos look less amateur. Does it depend upon the lenses or the angles you shoot from? Well, I am not the guy to ask these things. Because I am a moron.
Because I'm a moron. Listen, if you have a modern day smartphone, you can make really great looking videos. Modern day smartphones have great cameras on them. I say that all the time, and it's really true. I use, and I know Jay and Mike have a couple Panasonic F100s. Is that what they are? Jay, are you still in chat? Can you confirm or deny that? Am I getting the name right? Hold on, let me Google this really quick. Panasonic.
Actually, I think Jay has a policy where he doesn't like talking about
gear.
Yeah.
Oh well, fuck it. Too late. AF100 is what it is. Panasonic AF100. That's what I use. And you can get different lenses for them. It's a Panasonic camera that shoots to SD cards that you can have interchangeable lenses on it. So you kind of get the best of both worlds with as far as you can get really good glass in front of it, but it's also just a standard video camera that shoots nice video, good compression. Panasonic AF100. Where am I? I want to go here. I want to go to another ship first.
Rich, you're not a political scientist. I never claim to be. It's just my opinion. Might be wrong. Can easily be wrong.
Could, more like is. Get your facts straight. Ooh, don't like that. Still just 19%. All right. Beep, 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 beep. Boop, 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 boop. And boop, 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 boop. Jay left. Okay, good. Well, at least Jay left before I ousted. I think I've mentioned what kind of cameras. I can't tell you what
I don't know if he said that. I know it came up once, and I don't know if he said it as a joke. Like somebody asked, well, I'm not going to tell you. I don't know if it was a joke,
yeah.
But he might be serious, and I'm going to respect that.
Oh,
so,
sure. I apparently didn't.
Yeah.
So there you go. I can't tell you what kind of lenses we have, though, just because I don't know. But no, smartphones have amazing cameras on them. Unless you're going for like super depth of fieldy stuff, and then you need a nice lens. But if you're just getting started, you shouldn't be worrying about depth of fieldy stuff yet. But there are a ton of super inexpensive DSLRs and a ton of super inexpensive lenses that will make your videos look like film quality. I had for a while, I still use it for still pictures, a Panasonic GH2, which is a little DSLR that I got a nice lens for, and it looks significantly better than the AF100, the image quality. Unfortunately, what that means is like with my AF100, I can record 6 hours of video because it's a workhorse video camera. With my DSLR, using the same SD card, I can record 50 minutes of video because there's so much more information, but it looks amazing. And the sound is shit on the DSLR, and you get the wobble of the what is that called? Shutter.
What's that fancy one called where you can adjust the focus in post? Or is that's only still images, right?
No, they just came out with the video version.
Yeah.
The Litro. Yeah.
Why don't you just recommend that? How ridiculously expensive?
They have not announced how much the professional version of it will cost. Rolling shutter. Thank you, Tiberius Kirk. Rolling shutter.
How much like space would your footage take up with that?
They mentioned how much space your footage takes up because it records 300 frames per second.
Yeah.
300 frames per second.
That's a lot.
And it's not being used for slow motion because it's taking it at different focal depths and at different apertures. And so you can change the brightness, you can change the aperture in post, and you can change the focal distance in post. They gave the specific number of like, what is it? It's like a terabyte for an hour. It's insane. It's beautiful. The Litro. That we won't see that in consumer applications for a long time. There are fine inexpensive cameras. I like the AF100 just because it's a workhorse camera and you get the interchangeable lenses. And so if you can afford a really nice lens, you can get some really great looking stuff. Does not shoot 4K, which I know everyone is all up in knipshits about. Knipfits, whatever you say, however you say that.
Conniption fits?
Conniption fits. It does not shoot 4K, but I don't think you need 4K, so.
Terabytes in seconds.
The terabytes for seconds?
In seconds.
Oh, yeah.
This is Crab.
I believe it. Oh, Crab will know. Crab's a video guy.
Craig Nation says, "Hey, Rich, just wanted to say great job constructing the Plunketto. I thought it was a neat idea for Best of the Worst and hope to see it used again. It's still around. I'm sure it'll be used again. Not sure when, but it's there." Anonymous says, "Damn it, Jack, you never plan ahead. You never take the long view. I mean, here it is Wednesday, and I'm already thinking of Sunday. It is Wednesday, right?
Take the long view.
Are you pre-planning in this? Are they talking about?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't ever plan ahead. I'm being a little reckless with my droning. Ooh. Because sometimes you gotta be. Sometimes you gotta be.
So what if you get to the end of the game and it turns out just by pure coincidence, all of humanity is just on vacation on a beach somewhere? Oh, you didn't hear? Yeah, no, we're just on vacation.
We've been here for like years. Humanity has reached a point where we can just take a year off. It's been great.
The drones are just doing everything for us now.
Hold on here. Let me type in the command to get you some beverages. You need a pina colada? Hold on. Navigate pina colada. Wait, have you been out looking for? Oh, sorry, man.
You didn't see the note? We left a note on Earth.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell, man. You're no use to me. You're no good.
Is Mike working on the Force Awakens review? Well, he did release a trailer, so I think he's just obligated at this point.
Once you say you're working on something, you better goddamn be working on it.
I always keep my mouth shut on the next Plinkett thing because over the years,
Mm-hmm.
there have been a couple times where he kind of started working on something, and then it wasn't working for him.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't feeling it, or something happened and it just got scrapped.
Sure.
And maybe I could have run my mouth off and say, yeah, he's working on a Plinkett review for this, and then it never happens, and then I'm just an ass.
And then you're the dickhead.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh no, but he made that choice. He made that call.
I believe there was a trailer for the Plinkett review.
There is.
So
there is. People know. People know. Why can't I open you? What? No.
yes, Plinkett is an artiste. He must not be rushed.
Must not be rushed.
And we could have cranked, like 5 out a year and be stale and old and running on fumes at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then no one would be happy.
It's true. It's true. Then no one would be happy.
Heatstruck says, Jack,
Yes.
with you on the piracy issue. However, do you feel it's justified to burn your own Blu-rays of Star Wars despecialized editions? I'd buy these films in a heartbeat if available, and I refuse to pay for Lucas crap.
Right? One of those things.
Like, if you have paid for a copy of Star Wars at some point, I say I don't care.
At some point?
Yeah, at some point. If you paid for a copy that you can own to watch whenever, then
Buy
morally I have no objections.
buy the official Blu-ray. You have to buy it at Blu-ray prices.
So you're even saying it has to be the Blu-ray.
Well, because here's the thing. If you bought the VHS when it came out, that does not entitle you to the HD version.
Mm-hmm.
The despecialized editions are Blu-ray quality. So tit for tat, tit for boob.
Mm-hmm.
Buy the Blu-ray version, then burn your own despecialized version, and it balances the universe. Or wait until they inevitably release their own despecialized versions, which I'm sure will happen because Disney likes money.
Do you think Disney will release uncut versions of Star Wars once Fox loses the rights to it in 2020? Well, if Fox is going to lose the rights to it in 2020, then yes.
Yep.
You can expect they have them ready to go now if that's the case. I don't know what the legality of it was.
They probably just weren't able to hammer out a proper distribution deal with Fox.
Or we can wait a few years and just make all of the money.
Yeah.
They probably never even tried.
Oh, well, no, I'm sure they tried where they're like, well, 80-20 or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
like,
sure,
you know,
sure.
I'm sure they tried, and Fox was like, fuck you. All right. Who's got motion? Is it you?
You guys planning to make a series out of Phoenix Wright like you did with Police Quest?
I don't think we have much longer in the first game. Someone said we might be 2/3 the way through the first game.
The game or the first case?
I don't know.
I'm assuming that's the first case.
Maybe we'll just finish the case. It's fun. Phoenix Wright is a fun game. We should do it more. Navigate 4.
In all honesty, it might be something I'd just track down on my own.
Oh, sure.
Play through at some point.
Mm-hmm. Fun game. Fun game that, Oh, wait, nope. Cancel. Navigate 4 to R3. Sorry, 4. Sorry. Shadam. We want 3. Navigate 3 to R7.
Tiberius Kirk says, Fox doesn't lose the rights to A New Hope in 2020. Where did you get that? Fox has the distribution rights to the other 5 films to 2020, but owns A New Hope forever.
Is that true?
I don't know.
You don't know. Interface not powered. God fucking fuck. God fucking fuck, Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Of course he's in there. That's all right. All those doors are closed. D21. Get in R8. We gotta find the right thing to power the turret in R8. So we'll get him to go.
You know it's gonna be an R4, right? Well, there's 2 other consoles out there. What do those do?
Where did you go? Oh, now you're in R8.
What do the consoles do in R2 and R5?
Oh, I didn't even see the one in R2. Gosh darn it. That's what it is. Yeah, it's in there. 3 to R2. Interface.
You cannot own something forever. Look, if Disney has their way, Steamboat Willie is never going into public domain. even if they have to destroy any kind of common sense in copyright law, in public domain law, they'll do it.
Of course they'll do it.
Because they have enough money to do it. Basically, don't expect public domain to be a thing for much longer.
I like that. Ooh, great. We found us some treasures, Rich.
Disney can't own it forever. The heat death of the universe will occur eventually.
Thank you.
It's possible that at some point science can like find a way to open up some kind of like wormhole into another universe that energy will pour energy through from
Disney
that will keep life going on for eternity. It's conceivable.
Disney, in an effort to hold on to the copyright to Steamboat Willie, will fund scientists to save humanity from the heat death of the universe. This is what you are saying, Rich Evans.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying.
They will salvage all of humanity just to hold on to the rights to Mickey Mouse. You know what? I can see that happening. Mm-hmm. I can absolutely see that happening.
Sari Chen says, well, if you happen to like the style of Layton and Phoenix, I can send you the Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright crossover game on the 3DS to play on your own. It's really a delight.
Oh, I do like the Professor Layton. You'd like the Professor Layton games,
I've never played the Professor Layton games.
They're fun. They're fun, really fun.
What are those like?
So it's simple logic puzzles, like getting the wolf and the rooster to cross the, or what is it, the corn, the rooster, and the wolf have to cross the river when you only have one raft and you can only take one.
Okay.
That it's stuff like that. And it's fun. It's brain teasers, and it's fun. What am I doing? What am I doing? Gather. Boom! We got some shit. Rich, we got some shit in this room. You can open up D20.
Loot.
Yeah.
Loot's a fantastic motivator.
Loot. Navigate 3 to R4. We also got some shit we can tow.
Meeble says, Jack, did you hear the puzzle master behind Leighton died?
Oh, that's very sad.
Yeah, it is sad. In lighter news, Sari Chen says, and you get to hear Professor Leighton say objection, too.
Ooh. Oh. Ooh.
Oh. Bittersweet. Bittersweet.
Yeah?
In the right order, too. The sweet needs to come after the bitter.
Absolutely.
When you're writing and you're ending.
3 to R1.
Hey, Rich and Jack, what's up with all of this loot crate bullshit? What loot crate bullshit?
There is a lot of loot crate. I mean, just there's like a zillion companies like that now.
Oh, yeah?
You know, where you pay a monthly fee and then get tchotchkes in the mail every month. People like it.
Apparently they're making money. If you don't like it, don't give them money.
Don't give them money. I know a couple people who do loot cratey type things, and usually like they'll just be like, "Do you want this thing? Because I have no use for it."
That's the thing. You don't know what it's going to be.
Yep.
Why would anybody pay for that?
Well, it's like general like nerdy stuff.
Paying for money could be a piece of crap.
It could be.
Why don't you just save that money and buy something you know what it is and you know you're going to like it?
You know who is a super smart man? It's my friend Rich Evans right here.
Because they're not going to sell you something they're not going to send you something that's more expensive than what it is you're paying for.
Right? Right?
So since you're not getting a deal, it seems stupid.
What's the point?
It seems really stupid.
Mm-hmm. It does, Rich.
I forget what they're called. There's a website that just sells geeky things. There's a whole list of geeky, nerdy things. You look through and you buy the thing you want to buy.
Yeah.
I think that's where I first saw the laser keyboard. There's
Oh, the light keyboard?
There's like a cylinder-shaped thing, they're probably different designs, that projects lasers onto a flat like desktop that look like keys. Oh. And you put your thing and it senses what key you're trying to type. And so you have a virtual keyboard that's just a laser display on your wooden desk.
Oh, neat.
Think Geek. I think that's it, yeah.
Think Geek. Oh, yeah, they have a bunch of nerdy stuff. Oh, yatter.
Just buy something from Think Geek and you know what it is. You know you want it.
And you know what it is. That's the thing. Rich, you're full of the smarts.
The problem is a lot of people don't recognize that. I say, shut up, Rich, you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, sometimes.
Shut up, Rich, I don't like your opinion.
Sometimes when you go on and on about like sometimes when you're wrong, like when you talk bad about controllers for first-person shooters, like then you can say shut up to Rich. Because then you're just wrong, and I know you're wrong, so it's okay.
My position is that I personally don't like using controllers. How am I wrong?
I mean, totally. Like,
Have I ever seriously, not jokingly, criticized you for using a controller?
No, of course.
Okay.
Not. Of course not.
Okay.
Of course, I'm just joking. Now, Rich. To R7 interface. Oh, God. Rich, I love this game.
Enjoy.
I'm like, you know, I know it was a downshift for you, and I'm sorry that, you know, like you're not super into it. Cause
I would like this. I'm totally not in the right headspace for this.
But part of me is just super happy that I get to play. That's what I said. I'm just excited that I get to play. Which one?
Well. Richard Evans, can you recommend a Cold War movie for school other than Bridge of Spies? On the topic, how well did you do during high school? Specifically, math. I was great at math.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well.
I had a geometry class, right? And teacher graded on the curve, and the tests all had bonus answers.
Mm-hmm.
I would get all the questions right and the bonus answer. I single-handedly murdered the curve in that class. Every test I was getting like 110
Oh, man.
out of 100.
Yeah. I mean, congratulations.
I haven't. I'm sure I haven't used that part of my brain enough. Maybe I wouldn't be as good now, but
Yeah, math is one of those things. You gotta keep up on that. There it is.
I was a decent student in high school. As far as Cold War movie, does this have to be true life? Like war games. I call that a Cold War movie.
Oh, sure. With Matthew Broderick and yeah, well, I mean, the Cold War was
Obviously, there's some science fiction going on there.
Yeah.
But totally a Cold War movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are your criteria? I'm Kenny Powers. Dr. Strangelove? Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, boom, nailed it. Nailed it. Whoever made that suggestion. That's the perfect Cold War movie. Is Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy a Cold War movie, or is that a World War I movie?
I'm not sure.
Chat. Bida-boom.
Hunt for Red October.
Oh, nice.
I never seen it.
You've never seen Hunt for
No.
Oh, that's fine. I don't know if you need to see it. See, the more you use your upgrades, the more they break down. And so, like, interface, I use a lot. It has a 23% chance of failure. Just from using it, it could fail instantaneously.
Oh, from using which?
Like your upgrades on your drones.
Oh, okay.
They start to break down after a while.
You have to fix them. Can you fix them with scrap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interface. We're going to repair.
Anonymous says, what's worse?
What's worse?
Story-driven action games like The Last of Us and The Order, or story-driven adventure games like The Walking Dead? Also, I don't know if Mike was joking, but Jack/Josh review would be interesting.
If what Mike and Jay said was it would be the lowest viewed version of review or of any of our shows, he's absolutely correct. Josh and I, we're what you call side players. we add the flavor.
I would be a mascot.
That's what we do.
And I've never played the Walking Dead game beyond the first chapter. I think a lot of it depends upon how much of a choose your adventure is The Walking Dead. Are you really just on the rails? Mm-hmm. And the story, even your decisions don't really have a payout, then that's terrible because there is no game component to that otherwise.
Yeah.
But I don't really know how The Walking Dead plays out, so I can't say for certain. But if it's as I fear, and the choose your own adventures add up to nothing, the choices, the decisions, the guiding, the relationships you build, it's all smoke and mirrors, then that's terrible. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm a fan of Samurai Jack. I've never seen much of it.
You should watch Samurai Jack.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good.
Actually, I think I've seen a little bit of it.
It's good.
I don't know if I can judge on 1 or 2 episodes.
Probably not. I mean, maybe not the first one. The first one's a little...
Pick a setting, pick a theme. It seems fairly random. Am I right about that? Episode to episode? Like,
well, it all has the same tone.
one is you get like mutant space monsters. The others you have like cartoony dog people, and then is there any consistency to the setting?
There's a consistent tone, not a consistent setting.
Okay.
Because he's traveling.
Okay.
He's going from place to place. Motherfucker. Ooh, stealth. I like stealth.
I think you'd get into Samurai Jack if you gave it a shot. Probably. I'm not poo-pooing it. I've only seen very, very little. I've seen very little Samurai Jack. From what I have seen, I like the character. I just wasn't sold on the world.
Sure. Really?
I saw the one where he fought like an army of robot bug monsters, and one other one. I don't remember what the other one really was, and I thought it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think the robot bug monsters. That might be one. Like first episode. Quarantine.
I understand they're rebooting Samurai Jack.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I saw a YouTube ad.
Oh. Then it must be true. Ooh, proximity mine.
Though before you get your hopes up for the Samurai Jack reboot, I know they have recently rebooted the Powerpuff Girls. Everyone thinks it's horrible.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, everyone thinks it's horrible.
Yeah. That's too bad.
Do the different, like, body types on the drones mean anything?
No, I don't think so. Different shapes, like, they can get kind of wedged in places. I think it's all just looks, I think. But I don't honestly know. Oh, eat a toe. Interface, lure.
Someone needs to make a clear definition of what the difference is between a reboot and a remake. I always thought that a reboot is just bringing a series back to life, while a remake is starting from scratch. No, they're largely synonyms. I'd say reboot. I want to say it got popularly used first with comic books when it came to rebooting fiction, and it means you're wiping out past history and starting over.
Mm-hmm. And a remake is trying to...
Which usually with something that's not like a serial. Like, you can remake a movie, but you would reboot, like, a TV show.
Well...
You can do, like a remake, you're retelling the exact same story.
And a reboot is using elements of the first thing and changing it.
You're taking those elements and you're getting rid of the past continuity.
Right.
But those elements can have completely different adventures than the past version had.
So I think a remake is slightly different than a reboot.
Slightly different.
I think people use them interchangeably.
Yeah.
So like Star Trek, the Star Trek is a reboot because it's taking elements from Star Trek but changing the world in which those elements are in, whereas something like RoboCop, and I didn't see RoboCop. So did you see RoboCop?
Yeah.
That's a remake.
No, it's more of a reboot because the story's not the same at all. Thematically, it's differently. What happens in it is very different.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then maybe.
It's very different.
Okay.
And worse all around.
Well, I know it's worse all around, but
Total Recall is a remake.
There we go. That's. I was like, I'm sure there's another one we can point to.
All right, if the upcoming Ben Affleck Batman movie, right?
Yeah.
He fights the Clock King who's trying to build a time machine to unmake the United States. This Batman does not at all tie into the Christopher Nolan Batman.
Mm-hmm.
That's a reboot. Because new continuity, you get rid of the Nolan stuff, right? Yep. But if you take the Ben Affleck Batman and you make a movie where he knocks a gangster into the sewage who becomes the Joker, who has like a parade float that has poison gas in it, and it's just like the 1989 Batman film plot-wise.
Yeah.
And Vicky Vale is in it as the love interest. Then that's kind of a remake, right?
I think no matter what, we're already in reboot territory because I do believe it's new continuity. Ooh, Jeremy.
Well, remake is also throwing out continuity. Obviously, when you're remaking a movie, the original didn't happen anymore.
Wait. What? Wait. Jeremy. We got Jeremy.
I am Kenny Powers says, speaking of YouTube ads, I've been flooded with constant ads that last up to 8 to 10 seconds without a skip.
Oh.
I've considered getting an ad block, but my red letter media gotta make their green. I think there's a problem if you can't deal with 8 to 10 seconds.
Wait, say that again?
All right. So speaking of ads, I've been flooded with constant ads that last up to 8 to 10 seconds without a skip.
Uh-huh.
I think 8 to 10 seconds, you should be able to deal with that.
You know.
They got to make their money.
Yep.
The ads are they're going to be a part of your life. Or YouTube, why do they bother? And if you're going to have ads, I would rather have ads of the 8 to 10 second variety that you can't skip than have ads of the 30-second to minute-long variety that you can't skip.
Mm-hmm. Preach it.
And like a 60-second ad that you can skip, but the advertiser, they're not going to feel like that's worth their time, spending money for ad space for an ad that you're not going to watch. I think the 8 to 10 second ad, that's not the worst solution.
No, that's where it should be going. We need to go in that direction.
Or you make your ad like really entertaining. I'll watch the whole damn thing.
Short and
that happens shockingly low amount of the time.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I just used you, and I forgot I wanted a toe.
Rich, how would you feel if they turned Ghost in the Shell into just another superhero movie? Just fine. I'd feel just fine about that.
Rich has no strong feelings about the original Ghost in the Shell.
There we go. Who did the ads that were really technically really short ads? Mm-hmm. But they would end in like a fake freeze frame where everyone was just standing still. And that would go on for 30 seconds. And you could skip it.
Oh, I don't know. That's funny.
Was that Geico?
Sounds like a funny idea.
That was a great idea. Even though they were just doing the fake freeze frame, I think I actually watched the full ads on some of those.
Just to see if they kept doing the freeze frame?
Or some kind of joke would happen. Yeah, like Police Squad style. Yes.
Ah, that's funny.
People in the chat are saying Geico. Okay. So that was entertaining. And I did ultimately remember who made the ad. So it was effective.
Sure. Ah, fuck. My gamble didn't pay off.
What did you gamble?
A drone.
Oh, the yellow room was empty?
Yep. It was not.
Well, now you're fucked.
Yeah, that drone that was going to be my attack droid. It had a lure, it had mine, it had shield. I can grab those.
Can you sneak around through room 3, R3, just to get it back? Tow it out?
Yeah, we'll see what's over there.
I mean, it's a risk. But life is full of risks, Jack.
Life is full of risks. No, this is another fast-moving one.
Is there... Jiggleag says, is there any way you could, like, explain what you are doing? I have no idea what is going on for, like, an hour plus. To be fair...
Yeah.
I don't know if you showed up late. We kind of explained a lot very early on in the stream when we first started. Because I was playing this for the first time, and every step of the way was, well, what am I doing now? Why am I doing that? What?
Okay, so Duskers, we have drones. We have... Oh, I hate it when they lose their video signal. We have all these little droney guys, right? Oh, that one lost its video signal too, which is very creepy. And it's our mission to explore derelict spaceships and try to find out what happened to human civilization. But we can only use the drones to explore the spaceships. And so there's that little console over there that I have to type command prompts into to make my drones do stuff. And there's the little yellow triangle things, these guys right here. And those are scraps, and we need those to buy stuff. And I also need to pick up fuel and explore this ship, but I can only do it through the drones, so I can't actually see the ship. I just get sensor readings. And what happened there is I just lost a ship, and I hate it that I lost the ship.
So it's like Space Hulk without the Space Hulk. It's like Space Hulk without guns.
I don't know what Space Hulk is.
It's exploring a spaceship with the Marine guy who does turn-based shooty at, like, aliens-style aliens that charge towards him.
Sure. Yeah, it might be that. It's very purposefully minimal, and it's I'm incredibly addicted to it, mostly because of the interface. I love having to type in the command prompts. I love it.
Prescott RX says, but why is this enjoyable/good? Ooh, damn, it is. I think maybe you need to play it yourself.
It's...
I can't play it right now because I have recently been revisiting the Doom games. I played the Doom.
The Doom.
Which, you know, after I played that, like, yeah, I'm going to play some of the other Doom games. Mm-hmm. Then I'll go back to New Doom because I like New Doom. I started playing Doom 3.
Yeah.
And it lasted like a night, and I was like, this is kind of boring. But then I loaded up Brutal Doom, and I've been playing that. And I was playing that last night. I played, you know, and then I get here, and I start doing this, and I was like, oh my god.
That's a tough tonal shift. It's
whiplash. Oh, my neck. I broke my neck.
So basically, like, at the core, this is a strategy game where you need to find. You have very few offensive capabilities, and you have very few defensive capabilities, and there are things on these ships that will destroy your drones. And so you're trying to figure out how to use what resources you have to destroy the thing.
You have to explore the ship and find resources, but there are also things trying to kill you in the ship.
Yes.
You cannot kill the things that are trying to kill you directly with like a laser.
Right.
So you have to outthink them. You have to trap them in a room, or you have to use the ship's automated defenses to blow them up. Mm-hmm. But you can't blow them up directly yourself with like a machine gun. That's the game. Mm-hmm. So you can like do a scanny thing, and you'll see those moving lines. A room that's got like the red lines moving around means there's an enemy in that room. Mm-hmm. That's how you get intelligence. You get data.
And here's like how I failed that one. This R3, the long hallway, has a turret in it. And the control to that turret is well sealed over here, but I didn't see the turret. I didn't explore that room fully before I tried to go into a different room. If I would have explored that room fully, I could have let the enemy in the different room into R3, which is what I'm going to do now. So basically, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to type in a command prompt called defense. Oh, I hate that one. Defense. Which... I killed an enemy already in room R5, so that's great.
So you didn't scan. You didn't know there was an enemy in there. You just got lucky.
I just got lucky. Oh, and that...
Potential asteroid collision in 5 minutes.
Oh, Jesus. What? I've never had that before. Okay, I'm going to... So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to type in D30, which opens door 30 right there. And I know there's an enemy in R4, and I'm going to try to make that enemy go into R5 so the turret in R5 kills them. And so we're just going to be patient.
Do you have a lure? Why don't you use, you could use a lure. See, he's got a drone that's got an ability called lure. Mm-hmm. What he could have done was he could have kept that D30 closed,
sure,
turned off the defenses, gone into R5, dropped a lure, then left, closed the doors, turned the defense on, and that would have...
I killed him.
You got him anyway, because the enemy just walked in on his own, but...
Okay, so now we're going to turn the defense off so we don't make that mistake again. We're going to open up D38 by typing D38. Now...
I can understand why this wouldn't be exciting to watch.
I could see. I just want people to know about this game because I think it's...
But you recommend they try it.
I really do. It's something so different. So now, one of my drones has a tow capability. So I say navigate drone 2 to R4 semicolon tow semicolon navigate drone 2 to R1 enter. And now that drone does that. Isn't that beautiful?
And also...
Isn't that just gorgeous? So now he goes to R4. Now he finds the thing to tow. He's going to tow the thing and take the thing back to... Did you not tow the... You didn't tow the thing. He didn't. He doesn't. He's not listening to me. God damn it, 2. God damn it, 2. Get back to your goddamn thing.
Also, Prescott RX says, so spy versus spy. You ever play that game? I love the fact that you're referencing that game. You ever play Spy vs. Spy, Jack?
No.
Do you remember Mad Magazine's Spy vs. Spy comics?
Of course.
They made a game based on Spy vs. Spy, where it was kind of like a map like this with different rooms you could walk in, and you could set booby traps.
Ooh.
So you never knew if you're going to open a door, if it was just going to be a door to the next room, or if the other spy was there, and he put like a bucket of acid like above the door, and you walk through, and the acid would fall on you, and you would die.
Oh.
Or you would open the drawer looking for a weapon you could use, and there would be like a boxing glove and a spring booby trapped in there by the other player.
Sure. Oh, that's neat. Okay, so what I'm doing now is that my drone got killed. Sari-chan got killed. But I want all of the upgrades that it had. So I'm moving all my other drones in there to steal the upgrades, and now I'm getting the heck out of Dodge because an asteroid is coming. So I say navigate all to R1, which is my home base, and I'm leaving before the asteroids come.
And somebody said the drone's dead, not disabled. I don't know if you noticed.
Yes, well, that's if it was just disabled, I could tow it back and repair it.
Yeah.
But it is dead, so that's why I was stealing all of the upgrades.
Who's dead? Who died?
Sari-chan died.
Sari-chan? You finally got Sari-chan killed?
Yep.
Oh, you monster. You monster.
But I got Jeremy. I got a new drone. I got Jeremy, which we'll have to rename, but I am a monster. Oh, we also got another remote power application, which is great. Can I not install 2 of the same upgrade?
I don't know.
Apparently not. That's fine.
Here, Alt tab for me. We're going to use our randomizer.
Oh, sure.
Our people name randomizer.
Oh, for Jeremy. Okay, sure. Hold on. Where? There we go.
All right. So, subscribers, non-subscribers.
Yeah. Everybody.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Renee Funk.
Renee Funk.
Renee Funk. Okay. Control rename. Renee Funk. Let's do another one. Hold on. Let's go over to that's Gobbledy. Keely. That's one we haven't named yet. Just subscribers.
Oh, we got another one?
Yeah, we even have another one after that.
Oh my god, you've been
Well, I haven't been using them,
You've
so I
been
didn't
neglecting.
I haven't. Dick Neutral.
Congratulations.
So control rename. Dick Neutral. Nope. Dick Newt.
Dick Newt.
Dick Newt.
That works too. No, Newt.
Okay. Dick Newt. One more. Alt tab. Just subscribers.
Just subscribers.
Yeah. Well, that's us. We can't win.
The winner was previously recorded live.
That's how you know it's real randomization right there.
That's true. I think we can win. I don't think there's any good reason why we shouldn't be able to.
Okay.
But you know what? Fine. I'll do a new one. No. Someone else. Let's not be a jerk. Sausage toes.
Toes. Ooh. Sausage toes. Oh, sausage toe. Sorry. We only have, there's a 10 character limit, so it's only a single sausage toe. Actually, I kind of want sausage toe on the team. I like that name. But I'm going to choose. Dick Neutral's going to come on.
Oh, sorry. I went to click on things and that was dumb because you're using the computer.
I'm using the computer, Rich. All right.
Why isn't Jack playing this with a controller? I thought he liked controllers.
Because this game only works with a keyboard. I need to say I've been playing this at home, and I have at home I have an Apple keyboard which has like very very shallow stroke keys, very form. It looks really pretty, and that's the keyboard that I always use. But it didn't feel right playing this game, and so in storage I had a cheap ass $8 keyboard that I use just in case of emergencies, if one keyboard breaks, right? And it's got these big clunky mechanical keys, and that's the kind of keyboard you want to play this game. I want to grunge it up and pretend like I'm a salvager. I gotta make my click clack clack. Gotta make my drones work for me.
But none of this makes sense because this is the future.
Yeah. No, well, yeah.
You'd be using some kind of touch interface.
Nope. Click clack clicky clicky clack clack.
Bob G says, "Hey guys, been watching on YouTube for a while now, but this is my first live stream. Thanks for all the glorious entertainment. LOL. Fuck my cock. Glad you've been enjoying the YouTube videos and glad you joined us live. Thank you." Is it everything you thought it would be? He said no.
Oh.
No. No, he said nothing. I just made that up because I'm a jerk.
There we go. So now I'm creating, Shaddam here, I'm giving them the stealth, lure, and mine. So we can stealthily go into a room, drop a lure and drop a mine, get someone to lure in there and blow them up if I have to.
There you go.
I'm strategizing.
Ooh, mines now. Oh
Yeah,
my
I got a
god.
mine. So you got a toe.
That's insane.
We'll give you gather too. Toe gather. We like toe gather. Motion interface shield. I mean, that's kind of nice. Motion interface shield. The other one's got toe, so you don't need toe. Generator we need, and mines. A couple free slots, but no, the other one's got mines. We don't need 2 mines. I'll give you another open slot. Okay. Mario, Jiggalog, Shaddam, Dick New.
Jack, were you an Earthworm Jim fan?
I remember playing it. I don't remember loving it. Did you?
Back in the day, yeah.
You loved it?
I was kind of fond of Earthworm Jim.
All right.
Earthworm Jim has a very fun gun.
Yeah?
Yeah, rapid fire, instant, the noise it makes, which I can't replicate, obviously. I liked its sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I was an Earthworm Jim fan.
Okay. I don't remember playing it that much. Should get our hands on some Earthworm Jim.
I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard.
No, not hard at all. Okay. Travel. Bored. Ready to rock. So now what you're supposed to do is pay attention to this little area because this will give you an idea. Oh, infestation types detected, question mark. The Connecticut. Patient transfer. Oh no. This behavior is happening way too fast over the top space. Some form of attack. It's not the only one thinking this, right? It's situational. Cosmic anomaly. Maybe a radiation storm. I'm going to send out a request for something. All right. All right. So yeah, so basically, it starts off with this, with nothing. We oh,
What?
Oh, I lost my video signal again. And we just have to explore the ship, but it's just the drones, and we are not the drones. We are the person controlling the drones. It's epic escapism.
We should have some kind of what you missed function. Because I see people asking me if I've seen Preacher. which we talked about earlier.
A just joining us function?
Just joining us. We talked about X, Y, and Z.
Previously on
Previously recorded live.
Previously on Previously Recorded Live.
Previously recorded when it goes on YouTube.
Oh my god.
So it'd be previously on Previously Recorded Live. Previously recorded.
Ooh, a new drone already. Oh, I think we're full on drones. We're going to have to start making some tough calls. Matt. Info. Sure, let's see what... Ooh, trap. It's a trap, Matt. I think I'm full on drones, so I just want to steal his things.
My name is Tate says, we talked about X, Y, and Z. Rich doesn't like and or care about X, Y, and Z.
Basically.
That is not true. It's been true tonight, but that is not true.
That is not true in general. That is not true in general. Okay. 1, 2R, 2. See what you can do? You can make your little drones go all over the place just by some key keys. It's adorable. It's the greatest game. Now they're all doing their thing. I can just sit back.
I don't think you're gonna sell them on the game by saying that.
No, it's just one of those games where you just kind of feel it. I think before you play whether or not it's something you enjoy. Maybe I don't know. It's so novel. The control scheme, just typing in command prompts. It makes me so giddy. It makes me feel like I'm hacking.
Zombie Hendrix says, longtime fan, first time tipper.
Oh, no, you're already in it.
Just got off work and excited to see you still streaming. Thanks, keep it up. Thank you very much, Zombie Hendrix.
Hello, Zombie Hendrix.
Purple Brains.
Purple Brains!
Going down my throat.
Going down my throat?
Yep.
Ew. Hello.
Purple Brains, I eat them raw.
Excuse me while I kill this guy.
No. Oh, no. Kill me while I eat this guy.
Kill me while I eat this guy. Sure. That works too. Right?
Not a bad song to have stuck in your head, though.
Nope.
Right, some right under Dooma. Doom It Up.
People liked the Doom It Up song.
I like the Doom It song.
That's great. Doom it, doom it, doom it, doom it up. It's a fine song. It's a fine song.
Rich, do you think the Ninja Gaiden franchise is doomed? It's been doomed since what's-his-face left Team Ninja. I don't even remember his name. But they haven't made a good one since then, so yeah, doomed.
Absolutely doomed.
Aside from the command line itself, would this be any worse if you had mouse interface instead of typing? No. No.
Would it be any worse?
It wouldn't be quite the novelty though. Take that as you will.
Here's what makes the big difference. It would, because as the game goes on, and you're seeing some of it here. It gets a little hectic, and there are things that you need to do quickly. That's why I'm pausing it right now, because I don't want anything to happen to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And so the novelty of the control scheme is what makes it actually hectic. If you could just move a mouse and click and move your guys with ease, that wouldn't add to the tension.
Okay.
Because you have to, it auto fills to a certain extent, but you at least need to get NAV out before the navigate function will show up. And so just quick fingers typing is what adds the drama.
Okay.
So I will say yes, you need the keyboard interface. Of course, I'm the one that played it. Like, Rich isn't that deep into it, so he doesn't really. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do with this guy. He's got stealth now. So I'm going to quick type stealth and then open the door and peek in and see if there's an enemy and hope he doesn't see me. Stealth D12. Quick peek in. Okay, there's no enemy, so now we can unstealth.
Should have did that first.
Yes, stealth does regenerate.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, that seems overpowered.
Well, it breaks down over time, and the more you use it, the more probability it breaks down, where it'll just randomly kick you out of stealth.
It still seems overpowered.
Yes.
You can repair these things between ships, right?
Yes.
It's overpowered.
No.
I think they need to nerf it in the next patch.
You just don't get you don't get enough scrap.
Anonymous says, Jack, do you know about the band No Bunny? I also like They Might Be Giants. I actually discovered them from Malcolm in the Middle. Also, Rich, how do you reach such a significant intelligence? I'm just born with it. Jack, do you know No Bunny? Mm-mm. Jack does not know No Bunny, and he is currently engrossed in his command prompt DOS game.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. Get out. Let me get. Ah, no!
Why didn't you open one of the other doors?
I wanted to get into that room. God damn it. Because I wasn't thinking, Rich. Wait.
You obviously were not.
Well, now I know he's in there. God.
Anonymous says, I'm a middle-aged man and I live with my dad. We like to hang out. We like to be bad. He lets me have parties, and I let him hang out with the younger men. Should I move in with my girlfriend instead? Yes.
What?
Were you getting killed now?
No. Well, Shaddam's not killed, just disabled.
You'll be dead as soon as you open that door, and there's a robot in there.
No, the robot went into that. The robot isn't in R7. The robot went into R8.
Okay.
Unless there's another robot in here, which I guess is possible.
There's still that lure in there.
Yeah.
Would he still be attracted to the lure?
Yeah, the robot's in there. I went into R7 now.
Oh, I thought you were going to get I thought you were trying to retrieve. Never mind.
No, I'm gonna try to get him. I can, if I wanted to, I could destruct him. You can self-destruct your drones.
The chat thinks, though, that Dick Neutral is fucked.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try to get you back, Dick.
Well, no, you're using him now.
Huh?
You're using him now. That's the one you're currently using.
Oh, shit, you're right. I'm sorry, you're number 4. You're not Dick Neutral. I never pay attention to the name. You are number 4. Yeah, I mean, you might be. Who's got motion, too?
Tired and Sad, I will read that, but I don't know if Jack is going to be physically able to answer it right now. Jack, what would be your main compliment and also main criticism of the X-Men films? In particular, its constant problems with continuity, etc.
No, you have to take it film by film. Like, continuity, it's all fucked up, right? Because director swaps, continuity is all fucked up.
Yep.
X-Men 1 has not aged well, but it was the first of its kind.
I've seen it the once.
I mean, I've seen it many times because I'm an X-Men person. It has not aged well, but they kind of didn't know how to do superhero movies back then.
Mm-hmm.
X2's, I think, so you know, X1 and they were still reeling off of like getting away from the costumes thing, you know, and so like that's where the black leather and they looked dumb, the action was bad, melodramatic. X2 was fine. It was a good movie because it was the Wolverine show. But also it was simple, right? Wolverine is just trying to get to a place. Like it was a simple story, but it was the Wolverine show.
Yeah.
And the sporting characters were there. X3 was just a schlocky, awful mess. First Class was fine. There's too much. There's too much. Overall, the biggest problem is that in every movie, they're not treating each movie as an ensemble, which is the big problem. The wonderful thing that makes the X-Men comics great is the full cast of characters, and each character gets their own part of the story, and you kind of understand what the character is bringing to the team dynamic. X1 and X2 were both the Wolverine show.
Yeah.
He's the cool character.
Wasn't 3 also the Wolverine show?
We just don't even count that because it was such a mess. But yes, 3 was also the Wolverine show. Then First Class was the Xavier show, and he's just not that interesting of a character. He's supposed to be Obi-Wan, you know, in the X-Men universe. He knows it. He's seen it. He knows it all. I don't care about his backstory. Mm-hmm. I want to know what the unexperienced mutants who are trying to figure out their place in the world, I want to know what they do. Xavier is supposed to be a fixed point. But he gets his show. But we don't get the ensemble, and that's what we need. Okay. We need more characters, more screen time, more dynamics between characters. And that's the biggest problem I have with the movie. The movies, all of them.
Will there be a reboot?
Of course there'll be.
Now that just because Wolverine is gone, just because Hugh Jackman is gone, are they just going to recast him?
I can only assume he shows up in Apocalypse.
Yeah, but I think he said this is the last one.
I have no idea.
I think he's done after this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They'll just recast him. They'll just recast him. Or they'll reboot, or it doesn't matter anymore. Maybe it'll flop.
Anonymous says, hello. Can you guys recall the last time you were recognized by a fan in public? Wasn't too exciting. I think it's been a while now. Probably close to a year, if not a year.
Oh, yeah?
I just somewhere out with Karen. We're in some kind of store. And somebody said, are you Rich Evans? I'm like, yeah, I'm Rich Evans. And it was an awkward, yeah, hello, nice to meet you. And that was it.
Oh. I ran into someone at an airport.
Wow.
Yeah, it was incredibly uneventful. I was just hanging with my family, coming back to Milwaukee, and Phoenix Airport or Charlotte or just some sort of pass-through city, and we were just hanging out, and all of a sudden a guy kind of walks past and does a double take. Oop, stops, turns around. You from Red Letter Media? Yeah, like your stuff. Cool, thanks. Just that easy.
Is it not weird when somebody is mildly starstruck to see you? Is that not the weirdest thing in the world?
It is very strange, yes. So,
like the reason it was mildly awkward when some guy recognized me in the store because he was so nervous. That's not like super nervous, but a little bit nervous.
Yeah, it's weird.
Are you Rich Evans? Yeah, yes, I am.
Well, yes, I am.
I've told the story about a dozen times, probably more than that. But the first time I ever got recognized by a fan was by far the most memorable.
Mm-hmm.
The used DVD store.
Tell the story. I know the story, but tell the story for people.
I'll tell the story again because there's always someone new.
Yeah.
But
oh, you're right. Rich is going to tell a story, and I'm going to stand up.
This is the first time I ever got recognized by a fan out in public. I was with Karen at a used DVD store. It was Disc Replay? I think it was Disc Replay.
Sure.
And I'm just browsing around looking at the TV show box sets. I don't remember what I was looking for, maybe House or something. But yeah, I was just looking at what they had. And the guy behind the counter, now I don't know any of this is going on because I'm just minding my own damn business. Guy behind the counter must have, recognized me.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't sure it was me, though. So he goes to the store computer, and he pulled up a video he knew I was in. And this was earlier RLM, so I wasn't in that many videos yet. So he ended up putting up, I think it was like the Monkey Man video.
Uh-huh.
And that video features my grandmother, who is currently deceased. And the computer was hooked up to the store's loudspeaker. So I'm minding my own business in public, just looking at some DVDs, some used DVDs, when suddenly, very loudly, I hear my deceased grandmother's voice. And I swear to God, I must have jumped like 3 feet just straight up in the air, like, what the? And I turn around, and this guy behind the counter's got a smile on his face. He's pointing at me. You're Rich Evans. And I'm like, yeah.
It's R5. Oh, shit. Shit. D26. Okay. This is why I want to use this. So I'm navigating 4 to R4, and then we are gather all. Go, then we navigate 2 and 1 to R1 to get the hell out of Dodge because radiation is coming into the building. Oh, wait. Oh, you have tow. Okay, great. Gather up this fuel. Great, then we're going to navigate 4. Oh, no. This will be faster if we just do this. I know. Now we navigate 4 to R1.
So what are you doing now? What's going on?
Oh, so the radiation is coming into R5. You can see the red lines.
Yeah.
4 needed to go down to R4 to gather up some fuel, and on its way back, I'm towing an abandoned drone back so I can take it because we lost one on this mission, and I'm not going in there because there's an enemy in there. And now I'm closing the door and typing exit, even though I know I'm abandoning the drone, and the game is saying, "Hey, you're abandoning a drone," and I know I am, and I feel really bad. We lost Shaddam.
I'm sorry, Shaddam.
Thank you, Shaddam. But see, like, that's what I'm talking. Like, that's why you need the command prompts because, like, that made, even though that situation, like, probably looked really lame and weak, in my head, it was very hectic and just typing and like, yeah, what room is it in? Oh yeah, go and
Well, what does the radiation of danger do? Just adjacent rooms, or does it eventually leak to the whole ship? Or
I think it slowly spreads. If those doors were open, it would spread faster. But it slowly spreads to the whole ship, and then it will damage your
die
drones.
instantly from it?
You don't die instantly, but a lot of my drones are low energy as they are, and it will just slowly damage them.
Okay.
And it costs scrap to fix, and I don't have a ton of scrap. Ooh, root power.
Pineapple Yeti says, "Thanks for the years of entertainment." Thank you, Pineapple Yeti. Appreciate it.
There you go.
And I still look to the monitor with the chat on it when I go to address the chat as opposed to the camera. Which I know it's a mistake, but I keep doing it. Is there much of a difference between this? This is looking at the camera, and this is looking at the monitor.
Camera?
Camera, monitor. Camera, monitor.
Is it weird for you guys if we look at the monitor, or is it better if we talk directly to the camera? Jones. What do we get? Oh, we got Matt.
Should probably move the monitor just a little bit closer, because we could probably do that. But yeah, not right now.
Gobbledygooks, you coming on board? Fuck, what did I lose? Motion, interface, tow, gather, generator. So the important interface is the most important one. And generator.
You can't break the 180 degree rule with one stationary camera. It only works when you're cutting between shots.
The important thing to remember when you are shooting a scene is that the viewer has no idea what room you're in. And so establishing your space is incredibly important when making, a narrative. You want the viewer to know exactly where everybody is in relation to everybody else. It goes into more specific stuff where it's like, it has an example of like, there are certain times where you can break that rule, the 180 degree rule. For example, if you are in a space that is relatively well known, like if you're in a courtroom, everybody basically knows the layout of a courtroom. Judge, jury box, attorneys. So you can get one wide shot of a courtroom, and basically everyone will know where everyone else is. And so there you can be more free to cross the 180 line. And there's a lot of action, so there's a lot of lines in general. But
well, I don't know, if you have a sequence where the one lawyer is talking to the judge cutting back and forth, I don't think you'd want to cross it there.
Well, then you're not just talking about the scenes, though. Then you're talking about specific cases where you don't want to cut.
Okay.
But like, like in general, in a scene, you never want to cross the 180 line. Not just in one conversation or one, dialogue strand.
I know it was a joke when you just brought up the 180 degree rule.
Oh, sure.
It just led to a conversation about the 180 degree rule.
Oh yeah, no, and like I said, that's a really fun book if you are into filmmaking and stuff. It's a fun and it's a light read, even though it's a textbook.
I know it was a joke.
But do you, Rich?
No.
Do you know it was a joke?
I take everything seriously. I hate everything. I suppose you can go back to a ship if you miss something.
You could, yeah. You can always go back to a ship.
Like the radiation ship. If you went back later.
Ooh, I wonder if it would have more radiation spills. It probably would. I'd never go back.
Might be worth a test.
And you know what you can do? You can also come across a ship that maybe has upgrades that you can't tow away. Some upgrades are built in. You can commandeer that ship. You can swap ships.
Oh, really?
As long as you get rid of the infestation that's on it.
Huh.
You can just swap ships. My ship now. stable.
Does this game have a love interest? Drone number 4.
Drone number 4, you know, we have a special bond. I don't know if it's a love interest or, you know, a lust interest. Just one of those. Great. Great. And board and enter. Infestation types detected 2.
Dun dun dun.
So there are 2 baddies on board.
Oh, it lets you know ahead of time.
Sometimes, yeah, and sometimes it's question marks.
Do we know what it is it's infesting? I just assumed they were other drones.
We don't know.
We don't know.
It could be anything, Rich.
Okay. What do they look like when you see them?
Sometimes they kind of look like praying mantis alien types. Sometimes they look like drones. Sometimes it's just like a mist.
Okay.
It's everything and nothing. It didn't get approval. Your revolutionary algorithm design intrinsically violates mechanism requirements defined in 14.1c. It's bullshit. There's no way there's a violation. I'm going to set up an appeal this afternoon. We saw this with the Deep Vessel AI system proposal, and we won that one. What do you think on the Ritland? Oh.
Tired and Sad says, what about directors like Michael Mann, Kurosawa, Tarantino, and others who often break the cinematic fundamentals like the line of axis, close-ups, and lack of wide establishing shots of location?
Mm-hmm.
This quote isn't related to filmmaking. There was a quote, I think it was in the How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. It might have been a John Romita Sr. quote.
Okay.
Or it could have been Jack Kirby. But it was one of the famous Marvel artists had said, you can only break the rules once you fully understand them and why they're there. Then you can break the rules.
Absolutely. Once you have perfected implementing the rules, then that's and this is
because you know why you're breaking them.
This is the real key. Like, you need to understand all of the rules so you know how to bend them for artistic purposes, which is something I kind of mentioned in my email when I was critiquing the video, where it's like, when you just start off, you don't need to worry about like establishing a tone or a theme or any of that artistic bullshit. You just need to get your camera in the right place.
Casper says, if you don't know the rules, then you're not breaking them. You're just messing up.
That, you know what? That's very well put, Casper. Thank you. You're just messing up. All right, what do we got here? Who's got toe? Oh.
Does it matter if the DC Extended Universe fails? We still have the DC Animated Universe, which is more important, to be honest. Mm-hmm. The DCU is perfect and eternal since it is complete. Bruce Timm for the win. I will agree with you about the DCAU. And no, it doesn't really matter if the Extended Universe fails. The question, here's the question when it comes to the DC Extended Universe. Here's the question. Not does it matter if it fails. It's, did it already fail?
The cinematic universe.
The DC is a cinematic universe. What they have now, is it already failed? I think so. Well, I think so.
It's two is not a pattern.
But there's two? Well,
there's only 2 movies in the DC cinematic universe.
The characters.
Yeah.
That have, well, Batman has been ruined. Batman is very salvageable. I'm actually looking forward to the next Batman solo thing. But Superman, the core character of the DC universe,
done.
Completely fucking ruined.
Completely done.
Where does that leave you? Is it?
You know,
you just deal with a DC universe without a good Superman?
Kind of.
Is that?
Here's the real tell. Is we got Wonder Woman coming up next, right? We're done filming. Big budget, integrated into the cinematic universe, but also its own thing. Not directed by Zack Snyder. If it even gets C+ reviews, if people talk about it positively in any way, then we have a salvageable DC cinematic universe. Because then, Batman's probably going to be pretty good. Superman will be reborn, maybe under a new director, which means maybe he'll be less of a dickhead now that he's dead and come back to life. Spoiler alert for Batman. It's been out long enough. People know.
Is there even a chance they'll win over the general public with the DC movies? Not the comic-going public, the general public.
A lot is riding on Wonder Woman right now. A lot is riding on Wonder. All of it is riding. Well, you know what? Also, Suicide Squad, I guess.
I don't know. Wonder Woman's the kind of movie you go to see if you like the cinematic universe. I don't think it's going to be the huge crowd buzz-generating movie. Might be a good movie. I'm just talking about as far as the general populace giving a shit. Nobody gives. Here's the thing. Yeah. Nobody gives a shit about Wonder Woman. She might be a fine character. The general public doesn't give a shit.
They might give a shit about.
They don't give a shit about Wonder Woman.
People might give a shit.
They don't give a shit. They wouldn't give a shit about Ant-Man. The reason Ant-Man did okay is because it was part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which pumped life into that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're right.
But people don't care about Wonder Woman.
No. It's a name. It's a name. People know the Wonder Woman name.
Yeah, people don't care about Wonder Woman. People don't care about Aquaman.
God, people don't care about Aquaman.
Did people care about Green Lantern? I haven't seen the movie. I know it's supposed to be terrible.
Oh, it's terrible.
But did it do good business just based on the Green Lantern name?
Somebody go Box Office Mojo with Green Lantern.
What was the box office like for Green Lantern?
Someone do that.
Rich, why do you hate women? Women are fine. The public, though, doesn't care about Wonder Woman.
Women are fine. Perfectly adequate.
And this is a good point. Nobody cared about Iron Man.
Yeah.
That's true. But they did such a fantastic job with the movie. Here's the thing. I don't have faith that they're going to do that with Wonder Woman. I don't have that faith based on what we've seen.
I think that's fair.
But that is a fair point.
That's why I'm saying a lot. What? I saw a little bit of that on screen. What?
I don't know. Not that I know of.
What? What? Go away.
Not that I know of, and it wouldn't be any of my damn business.
Two. Where's two? Oh, there's two. Oh, great. Empire Defenses, Rich.
All right. Green Lantern cost $200 million. It made $116 million domestic.
Ew.
Ow!
That hurts.
Ow!
That
God.
hurts right there.
Disney could make a movie about Thor's bowel movement and make that much. Here's this crap Thor took.
What is that, Ragnarok? Look at what they do every once in a while. That's my overworld view. Video signal lost. They fuck with you, Rich. They fuck with you. Get it back. Get it back. It's such a small little nerve-wracking game. Gosh, darn it.
So you mean all of the Thor movies? You know, I saw the first one. It was decent.
Thor?
Yeah, it was decent.
It's fine.
For a Thor movie?
Sure, it's fine.
For a character I don't care much about, it was fine.
All right. I guess that's fair.
And I haven't seen the sequel, so...
Defense items are active. So now I'm just going to open up all the doors. D14, D9. Boom. Room R11 killed one enemy. So that means R11 has D6. I'm just going to open up all the doors and hope they all find their way into R11 is basically my strategy.
It sounds like a fine strategy.
We know there's two enemies in here somewhere. What about D10? Open you up, too. Open up all the doors.
Are you faster than the enemies, or are they faster than you?
One enemy that killed a couple of my guys was lightning fast.
So they're different speeds.
They're different.
Okay.
Other enemies, we were able to kind of back away slowly while they chased. Enemies could be in R8 or R12 also. But we killed one. And no one else seems to be coming into room R11, so maybe we're good.
Jack, are you going to try Overwatch on your own personal stream?
My own personal stream? I'm going to try. I did get Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
I have purchased Overwatch. Boom. Got him. Got the other enemy. So we have both enemies killed now, which is great.
So just pillage.
So just pillage, yep. So who's my pillager? 3. 3 is my pillager. Right, so 3 will pillage. I did buy Overwatch. I did get it for the Xbox One as... What?
I don't know.
Derelict no longer responding to close command. Huh. All right.
Epic Jason X9000. Which Spider-Man villain would you like to see in the standalone Spider-Man reboot series?
Well,
Still hoping that they get Venom right this time.
They could leave Venom out of this.
Leave Venom out of it.
We already know who we're getting in the Spider-Man movie. It's already been announced.
Venom is a great visual, but a shitty character. With motivations that are just so fucking weak. Yeah, the Sinister Six are great, but would you want to throw them all in at once, right off the bat?
Right? No, and we already know who we're getting.
And I'll say this about Spider-Man and films.
Yeah.
This is more of, I guess, more of a general thing. Like this this new Spider-Man from Civil War. I like him.
Yeah.
They've found a good person to play the part.
Yeah.
Spider-Man was not built for movies. Spider-Man was built for a serial. Spider-Man was built for a fucking TV show. Is what Spider-Man is designed to be. Mm-hmm. That soap opera. This leads into that. This job leads into this adventure leads into this development in Peter Parker's life.
Yeah, he could use a Netflix original.
It's one thing in Peter Parker's life going into the next thing.
I don't disagree. I do not disagree.
Yeah, he was built for a monthly comic book. Yeah, you know, yeah, I know. But I mean, if you're gonna do them on live action with like film, do it in a TV show. See, with a movie, you're going for something that's somewhat epic, usually with a film, right?
Absolutely.
Spider-Man doesn't have many villains who lend themselves well to that.
To epic.
Yeah. You got Sandman trying to rob the bank.
Mm-hmm.
That's a standard Spider-Man adventure.
Yeah.
Sandman's robbing banks. What happened, Jack?
Look at what happened to my two dinguses.
Are they jammed in there?
They three stooges themselves into the door because
Oh, on their autopilot?
I gave them codes. You know, they each had little jobs to do, and they fucking look what they did.
Can you undo it?
Yeah, I can undo it. Just these two goofballs over here, Dick Neutral and Jiggle-Ag-Lag, goofing around. Now I gotta manually get in there.
Would a TV show have the budget to do Spider-Man? No, they wouldn't. But I mean,
for a fucking Spider-Man TV show, they would.
They would spend that kind of money? Yeah.
Well, no. Here's why they wouldn't. Is because they can't make the money off of a TV show. You can't make money off of ads like you can make money off of ticket sales. Okay, so
I'm just saying the material would work better in that format. Not that it would be cost effective. Peter Parker's dating Gwen Stacy, but then Mary Jane kind of likes him too, and she gets sad, and there are relationship problems because Gwen Stacy thinks, you know, that he actually likes Mary Jane, but he doesn't. And it's a soap opera. Spider-Man is a fucking soap opera.
Teenage
It's
drama.
a teenage drama soap opera.
Yep.
And it's built around the small little problems you have in life, not the I have to save the world from the Doombringer machine.
The Doombringer.
I was gonna say Doomslayer because I got Doom in my mind.
Doomslayer.
The Doomslayer. You don't need to save the world from Doomslayer. He's doing that.
He saves the world.
He's saving the world
from the Doom.
From the Doom. Yes. Does that mean that the Doom protagonist is Hope?
He's hope through murder.
Doom isn't Doom by definition the lack of hope. That's Doom.
Sure.
Your final end. That's your Doom. There's no hope at that point. The Doomslayer, by definition, doesn't he bring hope?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
It's art.
He brings hope by punching demons in the fucking face.
And people say it's not a good story.
It's a great story.
Ricey Cake says, I don't have much cash, but here's another tip. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Conditions seem favorable to commandeer derelict. Oh. Well, sure, why not? Oh, so see, this derelict that I'm commandeering has 4 upgrades.
Okay.
Can I move my upgrades to this ship? I would love to do that. Apparently not.
Doom is a great game story, says JSJ Smith John. That's true, actually. I don't know if you meant that sarcastically, but Doom has one hell of a premise. Technology opening a portal to like biblical hell, and then demons start swarming out of the gate. Mm-hmm. They're just trying to invent teleportation technology. But the Bible actually is true, and hell happens to be one of the other dimensions you can open up a portal to, Jack.
Yeah.
And then your premise, furthermore, is everybody else is dead, about 50 million miles away from Earth on some space station on Mars. There's nobody else alive but you, and you're kind of fucked. Here's your shotgun. Doom has a fantastic premise.
I can be with you on that. Yes. Wait, didn't I get another one? You know what? I think I might turn one of these ships into, or one of these drones into scrap.
Anonymous says, Jack, talk about Overwatch.
It's a class-based multiplayer online-only shooter that has been touted as the successor to Team Fortress 2. I'm very excited to give it a try. I have not touched it. This is what I want to say. I ordered it yesterday. There was a sale on Amazon. I went with Xbox One because I'm using a controller anyway. So I might as well play against people who are using controllers. Mm-hmm. I like the Xbox One controller, and my computer cannot handle it. I looked up the specs. My current computer cannot handle Overwatch, and it was on sale on Amazon.
Should we start looking into getting you a computer?
Not yet. We're getting close.
Okay.
We're going to get you some RAM first.
Is it
get you some nice RAM.
It's available on the Xbox One Overwatch?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the PlayStation. It's available on everything. But I have not touched it. I haven't touched the beta. I haven't played it at all, and I've been trying not to like look at other people playing it. You know, like I haven't been live streaming. I'm just going to enjoy myself playing it for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Hopefully once I get maybe a little bit good, we'll stream it. Just let me dig into it a little bit, and but really I'm just planning on playing it by making it just a game I play for me. Over the past couple days, I've been playing The Flame in the Flood, mm-hmm. and I beat it. It was just like, oh, it's just a game that I'm playing. We're not gonna make a video on this. I'm just going to enjoy playing a video game, and that was actually really weird. But it was great. It's a fun game. The Flame in the Flood. A lot of bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happens.
A lot of bugs.
You've aware of Miracle of Sound? Have you ever heard of him?
He remixes.
Well, he doesn't remix. He makes his own damn songs.
But he uses like science talks.
I don't know if he does that too. The only ones I've ever seen, he does like songs based on like video games.
Not the Miracle of Sound. I'm thinking of the Symphony of Science.
Ah, okay.
Sorry.
Miracle of Sound did a Doom song.
Oh, okay.
Called They'll Be Hell to Pay. I don't know if that was the name. That's definitely in the lyrics. And you know what?
Huh.
Your song is actually better, Jack. I like Miracle of Sound, but your Doom song is better. And who did the music? Who did the you did the lyrics?
I did the lyrics. Let's
do it. Let's do a shout out because I love Doom It Up.
It's actually the same guy who did your YouTube comment remix. You remember that one? They remixed. We did the video.
I remember that video.
It.
I don't remember the remix though.
Someone remixed. Oh, I mean that was obviously a long time ago.
Yeah.
What's his name? Now I gotta figure. Where it would be in here. And the name of the person who did Doom It Up. I don't have it. I can find it. I can find it. I can find it. Whoa, that's not what I'm going for. Maybe? Maybe I can find it? Someone is going to find it way before me.
Sari Chen says, here's some RAM. Sarah, thank you. Thank you very much. We'll get some RAM right away. Huh?
You got the RAM?
We got some RAM. We'll get some RAM. We'll get some RAM with the thing. And then Bob G says,
someone find who made the Doom song. Sorry, go ahead.
Chris Newland.
Thank you.
Dick Neutral. Thank you.
Chris Newland, a Milwaukee boy.
And Cosper, I say that a little bit earlier. And TNG After Dark had it before that. Everyone had it except for Jack. Is ultimately, I think, what I'm saying.
I can't.
All right. But he did a great job.
He did a great job.
Chris Newland did a great job.
Great job.
I've listened to that just on my own, just because I wanted to listen to it
Oh, good.
multiple times.
Oh, good.
Multiple times. Bob G says, in your opinion, which is a more ridiculous concept, heaven or hell?
Oh.
Which is more fictional, the Tooth Fairy or Gizmo from Gremlins? They're both ridiculous. One's a lot more pleasant than the other. One's a cynical attempt to keep people in line. The other's wishful thinking. I think that's the major difference between heaven and hell. What? Oh, game.
I'm sorry, say again?
I think we've had enough tonight, folks.
I'm sorry, what?
I think we've had enough tonight.
I could play this all night.
Jack is not even here right now. Do you know what time it is, Jack?
I have no idea what time
Take
it
a
is.
guess.
We started a little before 8. We started at like 7:45. If I were to take an honest guess,
Yeah.
I think we'd been here for about 2 hours. So I'd say it's a little before 10.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
You're not kidding.
That's what it feels like to me. Maybe it's about 2 hours.
It's midnight.
It is not midnight.
It is. Jack loves this game.
Jesus Christ, Rich.
Jack absolutely loves this game. Do you want to send the save file to you? Actually, is this cloud? Are you synced to the cloud? Because aren't we playing on your?
We are, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything should be fine.
Okay.
It's time flies, man. Oh, jeez. I had no idea. This is how much I'm just really, really into this game.
I can tell. I can tell.
I'm just really into this game, and I think I lost. I think I jumped ships and lost all of my fuel.
Oh, you can't transfer fuel?
It didn't.
Oh, that's bad.
So
I'm sorry.
it's fine. It's just
Ricey Cake says, are you going to love the new Ghostbusters as much as Pixel, or you love it even more? I have no idea, honestly. I think we talked about it earlier tonight.
We did talk about it.
There's got to be, the XYZ. We got to have the previously recorded as we go. That by calling the film Ghostbusters, by having that license, it's an open invitation to a comparison to the original Ghostbusters.
Uh-huh.
And the Ghostbusters reboot cannot be a success unless it is at least as good as Ghostbusters, arguably the best comedy film ever made.
Because even if it's funny, even if you go to the movie theater and say, hey, I laughed a bunch,
Yep.
the question will always come up, or the statement will always come up, but it's no Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Because Ghostbusters.
So what I'm saying is it is almost impossible,
Yeah.
and probably certainly impossible after watching that trailer. But this movie needs to be as good as that.
Yes.
And that's almost impossible.
It's unlikely.
If they had just not attached themselves to the Ghostbusters and called like the paranormal hunters.
Yep.
The paranormalizers or something like
ooh.
a fresh IP.
First of all,
Heavily inspired by Ghostbusters,
Hold on.
but a fresh IP.
I'm gonna copyright the Paranormalizers.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
The movie could just be, it's pretty good.
Sure.
And you wouldn't have to worry about it falling short of Ghostbusters.
You could even make a couple like wink nods towards Ghostbusters. Like, hey, we really like Ghostbusters, so we wanted to make a paranormal comedy of our own.
So
The whole thing.
The movie might not be terrible. The problem is they're calling it Ghostbusters, and that means it needs to be fucking perfect.
Yep.
It needs to find a way to make the new perfect. The new bar.
Yeah. That has and that entire criticism has nothing to do with the people who play the new Ghostbusters. It's just a factual statement.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna switch you.
That's one way to do it. All right.
I'm here. So, by the way,
Yeah.
something we get a lot on the YouTube videos
Yep.
is we just start reading these. I get a lot of questions going, why the heck do you just start naming people in months at the end of each stream? So what we are doing here, for anyone who doesn't know, or for anyone who is watching on YouTube later, at the end of every stream, we thank all of the people who have subscribed during the stream, and if they have subscribed for over a year, we say for how many months they've been subscribing. These are the people. If you subscribe to us, you get to use little pictures in the chat. What are they called? My mind is
emotes,
done.
and I know emotes.
You get to use emotes.
I
in
had
the
to
chat?
pry you away from Duskers.
If you wouldn't have said anything, Rich.
We'd be here till 2 a.m. I know. You know, the chat's gonna gather around and watch Tremors tonight.
Oh, are they?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry to make you.
They're getting such a late start
I'm sorry.
because we're streaming on our streaming channel. It's very insensitive.
So if you subscribe, you get the chat emotes, which they're showing in the chat now, and you also now get an ad-free experience while watching us on Twitch.
That's nice.
And so that's what we are doing here. We are thanking all of our subscribers, everyone who subscribed during the stream, starting with Meisner, 17 months in a row.
A Michael 87, 21 fucking months in a row.
Somi Game.
Spexpore, 16 months in a row.
Loner Archon, 21 fucking months in a row.
Darth Sisk, 4629.
Vostroya, 15.
Oh, I didn't notice this before because the A is capitalist. It's probably Adam Freude.
That's exactly what it is.
Adam Freude. I didn't notice that the A was capitalized, and that's clever.
That is.
Adam Freude.
Moki B, 85, 23 fucking months in a row.
Star Harbles, 12 months in a row. Happy anniversary.
Mikosnik.
Yonder.
Crocodile Brain.
I'm glad I got this one.
19 months in a row.
Head wound. Arrgh!
Van Drenth.
Vendrenth.
Yeah. Van Drenth. The proper pronunciation is Sir Van Drenth.
You gotta have the right emphasis. Crackerman, 526, 16 months in a row.
Theodore J. Hooker, 21 fucking months in a row.
Biffopotamus, 22 fucking months in a row.
Smiling Strange, 21 months in a row. All right.
Jorkland.
Dweemer Metal Gear.
Dweemer Metal Gear.
Dweemer.
Dweemer. Mr. Creepy.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Waffle Tail.
Ephinomon.
Sky Dandy, 20 fucking months in a row.
Pizza Train 11, 16 months in a row.
Space Alien, Super Cocaine.
It was great, Jack. It was a great job.
I thought it was super alien space cocaine.
It's like the easiest one to pronounce. There's proper spaces in there and everything, and you still fucked it up.
There's no way to command prompt
Your
that.
brain is so fucking fried right now. It's unbelievable.
You have no idea.
Lady Denning.
Pineapple Yeti.
Ricey cakes.
And usury name 19 months in a row. Thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
It's true. We really do.
We really do. And I know all of you were probably really bored by Duskers.
Jack was not.
So no Duskers next
not.
stream, but go Duskers, give it a try. It's a great game.
All right, have a nice one. Enjoy your film.
Tremor.